Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Nahal and I am the moderator of this group. The members of our groups are Putri Permatasari, Syaila, Ulwa, Louran Miqdad Fauzillah, and me, Nahal Hadid. We are going to present about slang and idioms. Its definition, its criteria, usage reasons, and the characteristics. Okay, let's getting started. Okay, the first is the definition of slang. In general, slang is known as vocabulary that is used between people who belong to the same social group and who know each other well. Slang is very informal language. It can offend people if it is used to other people outside a group of people who knows each other well. But according to Mish in 2003, slang is an informal non-standard vocabulary composed typically of coinages, arbitrarily changed words, forced or facetious figures of speech. And Hangul stated that slang has been introduced since 16th century. It is used to change the inelegant statement of being associated with foreigner or criminals. Some people use it to make jokes and to keep the secret of the word's meaning, and also because some people want another language beside the standard English to express ideas. Next, there are 4 identifying criteria for slang. Number 1, its presence will markedly lower, at least for the moment, and the dignity of formal speech or writing. Number 2, it implies the user's familiarity, either with the referent with that less status. Number 3, it is a taboo term in ordinary discourse with persons of higher social status or greater responsibility. And number 4, it is used in place of the well-known conventional synonym, especially in order to protect the user from the discomfort caused by the conventional item. Now, let's talk about the usage reasons in a brief way. According to Dawson in 2007, here are the reasons. In sheer high spirits, as an exercise in humor, to be different, to be startling, to escape from cliches in windedness, to enrich the language, to give solidity to the abstract, reduce solemnity, pain and tragedy, and then induce friendliness, and last but not least, to be secret.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Permatasari. My students number is 20, 21, 22, 134. Here I will explain about the characteristic of slang. According to Abadi 2009, P17 explains some characteristics of slang are as follows. A. Creativity. Creativity means that slang language has cleverness, imagination, productivity, and talent. B. Flippant. Flippant means that slang language has irrelevant words of the context. For example, for these games and stupid tricks. C. Fresh. Fresh means that slang language has familiar words, different words, and up-to-date words. For example, dame means small amount of money. D. Onomatopoeic. Onomatopoeic means that slang language has imitation words. For example, buzz like winds. According to Spolsky, cited in Rahmawati 2012, P10, here are some characteristics of slang. A. Slang is kind of jargon marked by its rejection of formal rules. It is comparative freshness and its common abnormality and its marked use to claim solidarity. B. Slang regularly transgresses other social norms, making free use of taboo expressions. C. Slang arises as vocabulary which is used by a particular social group with specific purpose, for example, as a device for familiarizing conversations. D. Slang comes in the form of new words with new meaning or old words with new meaning. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Miqdad Fauzillah and my student number is 20, 21, 22, 155. Okay, see class definition of slang. Parted, seated in Hangul, classified slang into some categories. The classification are as follows. Number 1, cognate slang refers to working class people in London. It is often used in reference to the cocktail accent. Cockney slang in the British sport in England because it has a very pronounced accent. There are two kinds of Cockney slang. At first, Cockney slang that's spoken by educated and middle class people. Here are several examples of Cockney slang that commonly used in daily conversation by the educated and middle class people. See the breeze and taste the sun means an expression of summer enjoyment to escape from London to an open common. In a sling means crowded or divided. Number 2, public house slang. Public house group of words and phrases makes up for the smallness of the recorded vocabulary by the nature of the subject. It is genial, carry materialistic, but not gross nor cynical. Below are the examples. Number A, round the corner means a drink. B, three outbrush mean a glass net like an interpret cone. Number 3, worksman slang has a link with the public house slang. It is very close allied to tradesman slang and also concerted to people's activity in working. Most of the usage of workman slang are laborers at town and from laborers. Here are examples of workman slang for the town laborer. A, cry up means without money, therefore unable to move about at will. And B, meti means a companion and labor. Number 4, tradesman slang. Some of the words are related to origin slang and the users are the worker too, but the difference is the tradesman slang considers for as typical tailors, bakers, shamans, and builders. The tailors have the largest number of slang terms. Here are examples from drums. Tradesman slang for tailors. A, tradesman slang for butcher. Turkey, where means a person of considerable importance. And B, tradesman for cheeseman. Syrup means money. Slang it art. Number 5. Slang it art. Emerges in 17th country. Cantor, it is quickly adopted by society. Here are several examples. A, bunyoi means sewing. In one painting, a very marked tendency to lumpiness of ugly. And B, cork means Chinese ornamental. Number 6, publicity slang. Often used for commerce because most modern commerce relies on publicity. Here are some examples. A, sunshiny means soul. And B, a Guinea word of squares means become pills. Number 7, community slang. In society, a special kind of vocabulary appears which is constantly changing along with changing fashions. Here is an example of community slang. A, scenario means big nose. B, Rothschild means a very rich person. And the last, toe means To means to sound spout. Okay, maybe that's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Louran Mutiara Putri Mandiri and my ID number is 2021222148. Number 7. Society slangs is there arise a kind of special vocabulary which is constantly changed with changed fashion. Here are examples for the society slangs. Cyrano means a hug nose. Egg. Slangs of commerce used in trade and the word are closely relative to the trade or commerce. It is often used by businessmen, mostly used in stock exchange. Here are examples for the slang of commerce. A. Take the rates mean to borrow stocks. Likewise, give the rate is to lend stock. 9. Slang in public school and university. The use of this slang is students in public house as in board and private school. The slang that's used in university is considerably different with public school slangs. When boys leave school and go to university, they tend to drop the old slang and to mold themselves to the slang of the university. Here are examples of university slangs. Win means a win party. 10. Slang in treaty. In 19th century, the treaty began to exercise a powerful influence on ordinary and informal spoken English, and theatrical slang gradually guided a status in the first party. Here are examples for the slang in treaty. Toga plays mean a play on classical theme. 11. Medical slangs is from the very natural of the case, more interesting to laymen than is law slang. But we will confine ourselves to examine current in the present century. Below are examples of medicine slang. A. DP means deliciously. 12. Slang in crunch. Slang has long since penetrated in forum, and now we meet in the senates and even the pulpit itself is no longer free from its intrusion. Below are the examples of crunch slang. A. The tribes bees mean bright, brief, and brutally, a protest against the profit nature of so many crunch servers. 13. Soldiers slang is slang terms that's one forum around the army community that is commonly used by the soldier slangs. They are divided in a separate characteristic as follows. A. Old soldiers words such as pony mean water, rudely means breathe, swing the leads mean no modeling, come the old soldier mean no patently. The soldier's name for his punishment such as links meaning prison. Thank you.
Definition of idiom. An idiom, or also called idiomatic expression, is an expression, word, or phrase that has a figurative meaning, conventionally understood by native speakers. This meaning is different from the literal meaning of the idiom's individual elements. In other words, idioms doesn't mean exactly what the words say. They have, however, a hidden meaning. An idiom is a phrase whose meaning cannot be determined by the literal definition of the phrase itself, but refers instead to a figurative meaning that is known only through common use. Jacqueline Ambrose explains that idioms share cultural and historical information, and broadens people's understanding and manipulation of language. Among the various definitions of idioms are 1. The language peculiar to people, country, class, community, or more rarely an individual. 2. A construction or expression having a meaning different from the literal one or not according to the usual patterns of the language. In someone's native language, idioms may be a natural part of speaking. An idiom is not really considered to be said in a language. They are more in one's culture. Idioms are mostly for just one language. In some cases, when an idiom is translated into another language, the meaning of the idiom is changed or does not make any sense as once did in another language. Idioms are probably the hardest thing for a person to learn in the process of learning a new language. This is because most people grow up using idioms as if their true meanings actually make sense. Examples of idioms are as follows. 1. A bird in hand is worth two in the bus, which means having something that is certain is much better than taking a risk for more, because chances are you might lose everything. And then a blessing is disguised, which means something good that isn't recognized at first.
Alright, that's all from our presentation. I'm sorry for all our mistakes that we have made in these occasions. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.